Alright, and we are in the pit lane on Abu Dhabi here at RPM Esports F1. We are today streaming in our final round of High Gear, where we still got a championship fight going on. We got the battle between Leo and Sminotla still on high pressure. And well, I'm your commentator for tonight's race. I'm always Rick too. I will be welcomed by my co-coms Shack Attack. Mate, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I hope you're doing great, and I hope everyone else is doing great as well. So yeah, really exciting race today. Obviously, championship finale. The championship is going to be decided here, and with 19 drivers, some from a few of the different tiers as well. It is going to be very exciting, and it also, we're in the desert, so the weather should be dry throughout the whole thing. So it's just about it's all about the driver's pace and what they could do come qualifying and the race.
Yeah, for sure. And we already seen quite a good races yesterday and the day before in low and mid gear on the track of Abu Dhabi, and we already noticed that the track is very difficult and very different from the last year's games. So let's see what these guys can do. Leo and Sminotla are battling it throughout the season so far, and Leo can today take away the championship standings from Sminotla, but therefore he needs to finish inside the top 2 and Sminotla outside the top 10. Last week we've already seen that it can be very difficult for a driver, even when your pace is good, to manage to keep the points in and get the standings high up for yourself in the championship. Spinotla managed to have a lot of bad luck last week with some early damage and a lot of spinning around on the track of Russia.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very difficult for these drivers, especially in qualifying when they're trying to push. It seems that in the last tiers, mid-gear and low-gear, they're struggling quite a lot on the curves and a lot of spins. So it's going to be difficult. But yeah, we'll see what happens. They're going to have to keep it very, very clean this race because it is the final race, and they're obviously going to want to have the best result in the standings.
Yeah, for sure. And in the meantime, I've already seen that John has joined us in the chat. Welcome, mate, and hope you have a great evening and will enjoy the watch of High Gear in a final round of Season 1. As Leo is the first car currently on a lap, and he is also the one who wants to beat Sminotla tonight. He caught a little bit of a slipstream there from the Mercedes, and it looks like he has some decent amount of grip on track at the moment. And it's also FCT the best already out of the race, and that looks like turn 2.
Yeah, I guess just lost it on the curb like a lot of people have been doing in the practice race, and also Tuesday and yesterday. A lot of people have been spinning there, so he's going to start right from the back. So yeah, he's going to have to do the best he can in the race, which is very, very unfortunate for him.
Yeah, for sure, as FCT the best is also one of the drivers who can challenge Leo and Sminotla both to make the pressure even higher. But unfortunately he couldn't make it in the qualifying. Also, one of the reserve seats of tonight, we got Lucas, one of our staff members, as Leo just sent in the first lap with a 1:35.1, and that's a decent lap for your first stint. But yeah, Lucas is also joining here tonight. He's been away for a while. He's been driving when he can due to uni colleges. And yeah, so let's see what he can do. I know he's capable of having a decent amount of pace, and also he will be one of the cars on track tonight that can definitely challenge the championship leaders.
Yeah, and in saying that, Sminotla is actually out of qualifying. I think he crashed
oh yeah,
doing his lap.
I just seen it,
yeah.
as Lucas passed him.
So he's going to start right from the back. Yeah, championship leader starting right from the back, so he's going to have to make his way all the way into the top 10, I think, if he wants to secure.
Yeah, he needs to finish at least P10 to make his championship secure, and that's also when Leo doesn't take the fastest lap.
Okay, so even harder for him then, because he might have to take a fastest lap as well if he wants to win, or just gain a few more positions, which is a bit tough to do in this Yas Marina circuit.
And it's also
tough.
Multi. I was just tuning in. Sorry for interrupting, but Multi was on his way out of his hot lap, and he crashed into the wall on the curb, and his entire front wing gone.
Yeah, that's big damage there. So he's gonna have to pit again. Also, maybe a set of tires. Oh, there's a spinning Ferrari as well, but maybe a set of tires gone for this qualifying session. So he's gonna be careful. He's gonna have to be careful with his race strategy with one set of tires that he can't use. But yeah, as I was saying, it's very difficult to overtake for these guys in the through the first sector and the final sector. So it will be very hard for Spinoza and FCT to come through the field. But with the DRS straights as well, it might make it a bit easier because slipstream on this game is quite powerful, and they do have the use of their overtake on the ERS to help them a bit.
For sure. Look at Lucas going on the mediums in the AlphaTauri. He did a 1:36.2. That's a second slower than Leo in pole position on the soft tires. He did do 2 stints on them, so the fuel tank would have been a bit more empty than usual. But that's a decent lap, and I am happy to see him all the way up top to see if he can have a battle in the front. And also one of the cars really inside for half a season now, as he joined RPM. It's iLearner driver or Colin in a Ferrari, and we've already seen that he can manage to have some really insane pace, and he's been really pain in the butt for Spinoza, to be honest, scoring a lot of points, and also for Leo. So let's see what he can do here tonight as well.
Yeah, he has been very, very fast throughout the races that he's racing, and also he is on the medium tires. Luke is currently leading the drivers on the medium tires, but let's see what Colin can do on his out lap now. He's gonna start his lap on the slower tires, but he has very, very good pace. So I'm predicting to see him up there in qualifying and even in the race.
Yeah, I believe he did his first stint on the mediums last week as well, and there he already attacked the top 3 and even hold on to the pole position lap for a while. So let's see what he can do on the track of Abu Dhabi. And in the meantime, also welcome to Luke in the chat. Hope you enjoy your evening as well, watching the high gear race. And John saying, well, unlucky for Spinoza. And he predicts that Spinoza is still going to finish inside the top 10, which will be very, very nice for the Red Bull driver.
Yeah, definitely will be. Colin actually setting he's only 1/10 down on Leo through the first sector, so quite a good sector from then, and also fastest in the second sector on the medium, so he's again showing his pace. Then this could either be a provisional pole position lap on the medium tires.
And we got a yellow in the first sector again, and that's again the sector 1, turn 3. Yeah, that's 2 of the difficult corners there, 2 and 3. It's easily to lose the grip there. It's Leo now coming onto the final corner. No, not Leo, Colin. And it's a 1:34.9. And yeah, that's speechless. That's speechless. Welcome, Evil Master.
Yeah, that is a very, very good lap from him. 2/10 ahead of Leo on the softs, so, and Colin's on the mediums, so that is, he's showing a very, very quick pace here. And imagine if he goes on the softs, he'll be even faster. So yeah,
faster. So that's going to be an interesting one. So now there is we got 3 times difference in the top 3, where Lucas is running his soft stint in a sec. And further down the grid we got Benter Brandon, who invalidated his lap, so he will try to do another one on that stint. And Boris in the Haas, and he has a purple sector 1.
Yeah, sector 1 seems very, very fast on the soft as well, and also Baka doing on a decent lap right now as well. Coming up to the second sector split.
And Barker indeed being in the front of Boris, so we're gonna keep an eye out for him as we switch back to the on cam for Boris, who just passed the Aston Martin. And it's unfortunate to see that we already got 4 drivers out of qualifying. And Boris having another purple sector.
Yeah, he is looking very, very fast, as usual, Boris. Boris is always very consistent as well, so let's see what he could do. And yeah, 4 drivers out already. It just shows how difficult the track is to just keep it on the track with the really like agitating curves.
Oh, and Boris invalidated on the second to last corner, and that's unfortunate because that would have been a really good time. Well, as driving it myself yesterday, this track, I noticed that a lot of the curb are just spitting you out, like you touch them and you just got air.
Yeah, I think it might be to do with suspension or ride height, or there's something to do with the setup, because I see some drivers are like Colin, for example, are able to take turn 2 and 3 especially very, very well, but I think most drivers do really struggle around those 2 corners with the elevation change and also the curbs. They really do set off the car a bit, so yeah, it's very, very difficult. So especially in qualifying when you have to push to the max for a good starting position.
Yeah, exactly. And Richie joining us as well, and he's asking where Flying by Val is, and I guess he couldn't make it, but Cosmo taking his seat tonight. And yeah, of course he's shouting for the Ferrari team as usual. And to be honest, the Ferrari actually had a really decent race last week, I believe, for both of them. Of course, with Colin being one of the drivers, and Flying by Val did really good as well last week. So let's hope Cosmo can take that line through that Val did last week. As Ferrari is, I believe, still fighting for the constructors as well. And coming on to the constructors championship, that's the closest battle is between the Haas and Red Bull. And due to my calculations, but don't mind me if I'm wrong, if Leo managed to win the race, then Sminodla or Barker needs to finish P2 and finish above the second Haas driver. If not, the points will look different.
Yeah, I mean, they're only 7 points. There's only a 7 points difference, so it is very close up there.
Yeah, it is.
I think the closest the closest points difference is actually first and second, so it should be a very entertaining race between those two. And we know that all of the drivers in those teams are very, very fast, so it should be an interesting race between them.
Yeah, for sure. And I believe Ferrari is like 40 points behind on the Red Bull and the Haas team, so
yeah,
it's going to be interesting as well.
Definitely. Only a few minutes to go now, so I would, a lot of people still on mediums haven't set a lap on soft yet, including Lucas. So Lucas hasn't set a lap on soft, but I think he's going on soft now to see what he could do. And he's a pretty fast driver. Yeah, he's a pretty fast driver, so
he's consistent.
See what he could do.
And Jaden also on track now. He is on a medium tires and he had a purple sector 1. So there's a lot of improvement currently in that first sector. But it's surprising to see that 6 cars still didn't set a lap in. Where both Alpines are 2 of them.
Yeah, it is very surprising. Both Mercedes as well, it looks like, but Bumblebee is on the outlap now, so I guess they'll all leaving it to the end to wait until the track grips up the most. Colin, it seems, also on another lap. I think he's just backed off. He did have a green sector 1 and purple sector 2, but it looks like he has backed off on the soft tyres.
Yeah, he's gone into the pit as well. And didn't
Leo
improve
is...
his lap so far. Leo did improve his time.
And Leo is very, very close to Colin as well.
Yeah, he is. And welcome everybody tuning in now on the chat. We got Ifni on the chat, and we got Fedran. I hope I pronounced that right. Yeah, good evening guys. Welcome to High Gear in the final round in championship fight. As you can see, a lot of cars now coming out on track and doing their laps. Sprunky invalidated his out laps, but he will make it easily.
Yeah, and also Boris on a lap now on softs. He still hasn't set a lap on P19, but he's a pretty consistent driver and fast at times as well. And so on the softs, let's see what he could do. Of course, only one driver has set a lap on the mediums now. Which is Cosmo, so I guess Boris would be aiming to be at least ahead of Cosmo.
Oh, and that's a big crash from Brandon, also in turn 2, and that's a really clear view of what that turn can do to the car and how insane hard you hit the wall if you lose the car there, and you can't correct it. You just can't. You can just only be lucky and get minor damage. And also Jaden is out, I see, but that's in the pit lane. So he decided to not do a lap anymore. Bumblebee, in the meantime, Richie, I saw that in the chat, wishing him good luck. Bumblebee jumped to P7, so that's a really good first stint for the Mercedes car, who is still running and not that far off his time.
Boris up to P5 as well, so he's at a 1.560, which puts him between Multi and Backer. And yeah, showing his pace again, about 1.1 seconds off Colin. So that is a pretty good lap considering how fast Colin is. And yeah, Bumblebee in P8. Oh, looks like a spin from Multi in the same corner. The turn 2 and 3. It looks like. I think he might have avoided damage there, but yeah, he can't set another lap. So that's it for Multi.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for the Williams driver. Oh, and here comes Sprunky, and he's out as well. Acceleration on the curb in, what is it? I believe it's like turn 11 or 12. Beginning of sector 3, on acceleration on the curb into the wall, and he is gone as well. So both Alpine crashed during the qualifying, and none of them will be looking at time.
Oh, Sims is spun as well, it looks like, and invalidated his lap. That much wouldn't have mattered, but yeah, who's going to start P15 then? So a lot of drivers just making mistakes on their lap due to the very difficult nature of this circuit. Oh,
Barker was
again.
Improving. Barker was improving, and he did improve, but not enough, and he's really close behind Lucius now. So that's going to be an interesting fight as well. And Barker actually doing exactly what he needs to do, getting that top 5 position, and hoping to finish in front of one of the Haases as well. If Sminotla, of course, can jump up way high.
Yeah, and of course he did. Bakker got a win actually, I think, in Silverstone. Yeah, so we definitely know if he's consistent, he could definitely get good results. And a P5 just shows his pace, and it's going to be a very good starting position for the race.
Yeah, Barker did get his first win so far in RPM on Silverstone, and he done that by just driving clean and consistent behind Sminotla and Leo at the time, and he got that first win in that race. But looking at the guys in front of him now, he's definitely gonna have more of a challenge in this race.
Yeah, he definitely will. Obviously, consistency is key, and Baka seems to be a very good driver when it comes to avoiding penalties. So that will definitely help him, especially with it being very difficult to overtake. So sometimes you have to you might have to gain a position through penalties.
And here we have our qualifying standing. So Colin did do a lap on the soft tires and he will start on the mediums, which will definitely give him a small advantage in the first few laps of the race. Then we got Leo just behind him looking for the championship title by seeing Spinotla all the way down. Lucas in his reserve race taking P3, so he will be very happy with that one. Lucis and Barker joining on 4 and 5. Then we got Bumblebee at 6, so that's a good race from the reserve as well. Boris and Multi on 7 and 8. Cosmo and R1 on 9 and 10. Brent, Rodzilla is 11 and 12. Then we got Kimi, FC the Best, Sims, Sprunky, and a few other cars down the order by not setting a lap or crashing.
Yeah, it seems like quite a few drivers did not set a lap, and many of them through crashing. So let's just hope they make it through the race. Obviously, we've got reduced safety cars, so there shouldn't be too many safety cars, but there may still be quite a lot of incidents with how difficult this track is, especially on high fuel and maybe worn out tires towards the middle part of the race. It's going to be very difficult for these guys.
Yeah, that's one thing that's sure. And based on strategy, what would you recommend for the guys starting on the soft tires and the guys on the mediums?
Well, Colin, he's got pace, starting on the mediums, but Leo is fast and on the soft, so Colin will just have to keep Leo behind and all the soft runners behind, and then maybe I feel like everyone is going to go for either soft. They're either going to use softs twice and the meds once, or maybe meds twice if there's an early safety car. Or, you know what, some drivers may even do the one stop if there's an early safety car and just do soft meds. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's definitely a difficult track strategy-wise because of the safety cars and how many incidents there might be, and especially tire wear, because for this track tire wear isn't the worst, so that could really influence maybe some different strategies like overcuts or undercuts, which could help some of the drivers tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And as you said, Colin on the medium, so he will need to try and get all those soft runners behind him, and then his advantage will kick in. And I've seen a few guys doing a one stop on this track, so let's hope one of the guys here can do the same as well. I think if you start inside the top 10, it's going to be a bit more difficult than outside the top 10. But yeah, let's see what these guys can do and what this race is going to bring with yet another really exciting qualifying standings. And the title fight still goes on.
Yeah, and it's a very mixed grid here. We've got a load of drivers on the softs, about half the drivers on the softs and half the drivers on the medium. So it's going to be a very interesting strategy race tonight. And also, Lucas has got the most tire wear with 12% on his rear right tire. So he's going to have to be very careful at the start with high fuel not to spin. Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting race as they line up on the grid now.
Yes, Colin is now is the first car to make the grid complete again. Leo right behind him, and the targets are set for tonight's race here in high gear. One big championship race throughout the season, 12 rounds long, and high gear decided to keep it till the last minute here in RPM Esports F1.
No, it's going to be very interesting. There we go.
There we go, that's lights on, and we got 4-5, and it's off, and we are racing here, and it looks like a really good start from Colin there, as Leo just right behind him, and I'm somehow always switched at the back, and the top 3 got away really good, and it's Barker already on the attack of Lucis, and the full pressure of Bumblebee behind him. Multi and Boris are going really nicely, as well as Cosmo already has pressure from both the Aston Martins after the start of the race.
That was a very clean start from everyone, and yeah, the Aston Martin's fighting, trying to get past Cosmo. But look at Colin already 6 tenths ahead of Leo, so that's a very, very good start from him, weaving across the track, trying to break the slipstream, but he'll just want to break away from the pack now to see how far he could get before he pits.
We can see Rodzilla on the inside of Cosmo here, and that's the overtake done, and Cosmo hits the inside curb there on the second chicane and caught air, and I hope Brent didn't got any damage on that one, as he hit the back of Cosmo for a minute. And that's Multi going for the move on Bumblebee, and now Multi shoving in on P6, as Bumblebee gets now Boris right on his tail, and Barker hoping he can keep Boris away from him, and Barker getting up top on the top 3 at least.
Yeah, and Cosmo losing 3 positions. A bit of contact between Cosmo and Kimi there. I think a bit of damage for Kimi maybe. But yeah, Cosmo losing a lot of positions there. They're struggling quite a lot.
Oh, and I don't know what's happening to our championship leader here, but he gave away all the positions he just caught up, and I don't know what happened in the back. Well, he gained to P14, and then he gave all the positions back. Maybe he touched someone, or... Oh, and it's double stacking at Alpine. And this is gonna cost Sprunky a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened to Sminola. I hope he doesn't have damage. It doesn't seem to be showing up on the task system, but yeah, struggling at the start.
Down the order as well. I don't know what happened with the AlphaTauri driver here, but I guess he spun somewhere, and now both the Aston Martins in front of him, and he is all the way down to P10, and he was doing so well up front with the top 3 drivers.
Yeah, and Bakker also in P4 as well, and might even be challenging Lucis later on in the race. So very, very good stuff from him, making up a position, and also Multi making up 3 positions as well. And Godzilla, I guess a big... Oh, yep, no, that's what... well, Godzilla has disconnected, I think, but...
Yeah, he has a cross in front of his name, and his teammate took over the position and is now gonna look for the attack on Boris, as he has him right inside. And that's not the only car inside for the Aston Martin driver of Brent. Now it's also Bumblebee and Multi right in front of Boris there as well, with a small gap in between of 1.2 seconds. And Colin setting the fastest lap already on the medium tires with a 1:38.9, and he has a 3.3 second gap towards Leo in P2.
It looks like a virtual safety car. I think Sprunky retired at the exit of the second chicane there on the main straight, so he's out already, the Alpine driver, and that looks to be a virtual safety car. I was going to say Godzilla did get a very good start. He was the biggest winner, making up 4 positions, should I say, but unfortunately disconnected, and yeah, not the greatest news for the Aston Martin team. But Brent's still here, made up 3 positions from the start, and still doing great with great pace.
Yeah, for sure. And we got Cosmo in the pit, and he's going for new soft tires, and unfortunately for Sprunky, he was not able to finish the race and has to leave early. So that's a really sad moment for the Alpine, who were already struggling today in qualifying. Yeah, we might need space gear for Colin.
He's very, very fast.
Entire gear for himself.
4 seconds in 3 laps.
On the mediums.
Just showing on the mediums as well, really showing his pace. He's insanely fast. And yeah, we might need that extra gear just for Colin.
Yeah, we're just gonna put the AI on maximum, just for it.
Exactly.
See how it goes. As the virtual safety car is done, and it does look like Barker is awake here tonight, as he's still really close towards lose this and let Multi slip away a bit. So he is definitely showing he wants those points for the constructors here tonight.
Yeah, and it seems like a train might form, as usual in Abu Dhabi, a DRS train, which would be very interesting. It looks like from 4th to 10th, they're very, very close. And then obviously Colin just pulling away even more. And DRS is enabled, so the drivers are going to find it a bit easier to overtake. And multi-round on the back of Baku as well.
Brand is now on the attack on Boris, but Boris having the softer tire and a bit more advantage on that one than for the Haas, and he might be lucky there. But now comes the exit, and it does look like Boris had a better exit than Brand. But here comes Brand on the DRS and ERS side by side now, and he took the position away from the Haas and is now up to P7. Ifni, no, usually we don't allow people to rejoin currently during the race, since the servers aren't that stable still. And Evil Master, I actually thinking of asking you first for an esports team. And then check as your Jeff.
Yes. I'm not as good as Evil on that, but
we gotta turn the roles around a bit.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that should be pretty good. If Brent nearly losing it on the curves again. But yeah, I think an esports team would be pretty good for RPM.
Yeah, with Evil Master in it. And
nothing
Colin.
Could go wrong. Nothing could go wrong there.
As Barker and Lucis are still close towards each other, and it's a bit of DRS train towards the grid all the way down. And the biggest gap
is on the move.
Yeah, and here comes Kimi on Boris as well. And I think those soft tires are really starting to feel less than the mediums at the moment.
Yeah, they're on about 20 to 30%, especially Bumblebee nearly on 30%, so they're really going to start to feel it. Boris closing so much on Kimi as well.
Lucis still putting the pressure on Leo, and this might actually help Sminotla out, who's currently driving in P12, and he's on the medium tires, so this might be interesting to see on strategy how Sminotla is gonna take this one up to the top 10. But if it keeps it like this, Leo will take the championship. But if of course, it's only 6 laps in, so a lot of things can happen.
Yeah, and Sminotla making up places as well. He did lose some, but he's definitely made some up as Lucas goes into the pits. He did have damage actually. He had damage to his, I think, left wing.
And it's Lucis off!
The same corner into the barriers.
And that's a massive crash, and that gives Leo an amazing bit of air towards Barker. And Barker now leading in P3, and this is going to be a really interesting sight for the Constructors' Championship.
And Spinotla up into P10 as well, so he is, I think he might have to make up one more position, and then he's in the championship lead then.
P8 is 8 points. And currently Colin has the fastest lap, I believe. So at this moment, if we would have had the checkered flag now, Sminotla would have taken the championship. But he's already up in No, he's not up in
P10, yeah, fighting with FCT quite hard. I think you have to go off track there and give back the position.
And Multi was definitely more awake than Barker here. and he overtook him towards P3, and I got that really nice on stream, by the way. So that's definitely gonna be in the RPM Gala.
Yeah, but obviously Bakker never backs down, so with DRS next lap, and he's still very close and not really losing time, so see what he could do. He does have less ERS than Multi. Multi always goes with saving his ERS, so he's gonna Multi's making it a bit more difficult for Bakker, but with DRS is a main it's the main thing that helps and aids overtakes. Out of the long straights, it will really help.
And have a good evening as well to you, Richie, and hope you enjoy the race when you watch it back later tonight. As we go down the order now, it's a bit of a DRS train forming up in P3 till P6, as all these cars are on the DRS, and this is going to put some pressure on the car of the Williams with Multi as the driver, and he is catching up towards Leo now, and Leo just falling down the order with Colin in front of him. It's already 10.7 seconds towards the Ferrari driver, and so far it's looking really good for the Red Bull team. Oh,
yeah,
and it's red.
Yeah, around the outside of Bakker there, a bit of contact, but Bakker's now going to be under pressure from Kimi, because he did lose a bit of time there.
Yeah, for sure, and Bakker is now falling down a bit, and I don't know what's happening to the Red Bull car here, but he has now the pressure of Kimi as well, and he might be losing 3 positions. It's only 2 laps so far, so he might consider going in for his new tires. Oh, and he spun on the pit entry.
He spun in the pit lane. Oh, he might have damage. He hit the wall,
yeah.
but he doesn't have damage. But yeah, lost a load of time from that.
I feel sorry, but I'm
very
very happy I got that one on stream.
Yeah, wow, that's very easy to do. But I actually did it on Monday, I think. So very easy to do, but yeah, really unfortunate. I'm losing a lot of time from that.
I do it every race, mate, so. Well, not on the pit entry, but.
Oh, looks like Bumblebee and Multi slicing out of the pits, it looks like.
Oh yeah, and it's side by side through this first chicane here.
Oh, it's gonna be dangerous.
Oh, there's almost a touch there.
Yeah, a bit of damage for him as well. 8% on the front left, I think it is.
Yeah, that's minor wing damage.
Minor, but he has just come out of the pits, so that is a bit unfortunate. Because he's gonna have to do another whole stint on with the damage.
I hope he can manage to drive still with the minor damage on the end plate there. As we do know, the downforce difference in this game is so different, and if you got some wing damage, you can just end up in the wall or losing all your positions you fought for.
Yeah, it's really difficult with front wing damage, and also Lucas now closing in as well on fresh tire. Fresh tires, only 1 lap older.
Yes, more temperature in it.
More temperature, yeah. It looks like Multi especially struggled out of the chicane with less temperature in his tires, so Lucas will be on the attack, especially on Bumblebee here. And it looks like Boris and Leo are yet to pit. Are yet to pit. As looks like who's that is spun?
Yellow.
Yeah,
R1 D44.
Final corner, and yeah, he's gonna pit. I was just about to say there were a few people on the softs who haven't pit yet, so they're going to be wanting to pit soon before they start losing too much time from where. And Brent goes past Leo as well, and Kimi as well.
Leo is really falling down the order now.
Really struggling, yeah, under worn tires.
Now we've got Brent, who has 2 cars on the DRS behind him, and it's 3 by 3. Oh, but Leo gets it, and that's a really nice attack from Leo, and Kimi just providing from it as well. Brent on the inside still, and he get his position back.
That
Leo
was that was very, very close. I felt like if Kimi didn't back out there could have been a big three-way crash there. So
yeah,
very
for
smart
sure.
from very smart from Kimi, but that was very, very close.
The corner is way too tight to go 3x3. And it was a really nice side though, and Leo goes in as he noticed he fell down with time a lot now, and he needs to be sure to take that podium position.
Definitely. Does he have to finish P3 or P2 to get the championship?
Yeah, I believe P2. P2 or 1.
So
Oh, Spinotla off! Into the grass! And that's heated up the tires big time. And he's now gonna be ending up... No, he's still in front of Leo, but that cost him a lot of time. And... Oh, and he crashed his spot again.
Just be careful of the cars
and there goes
behind
Leo.
him.
And I think this is just exactly how it went for Spinotla during the final laps of the season. It's just really unfortunate.
Very, but with still 18 laps to go, anything could happen. Spinotla, yeah, they're gonna have hot tires now, maybe even worn tires. So yeah, well, I think 9-lap old medium, so he's gonna have to pit again. But anything could happen. We know Abu Dhabi safety cars could come out at any moment, so he could definitely get himself back in the race, and he only has to finish P10 if Leo doesn't get on the podium to win the championship, which is only one position from where he is now, so still all to play for.
Yeah, Leo is currently in P8, and but he's on the fresh medium tires, so we're gonna see what he's gonna do on this set, as he has Multi and Lucas right in front of him, and Multi having a bit more tire temperature in those mediums, but so far it looks like Leo has more pace, and Lucas is not really getting away from the two cars behind him.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Leo though, he's getting held up quite a fair bit from Multi and Lucas, and if Smith manages to catch up to P10, Leo needs to be fighting for P2 come the end of the race if he wants to win the championship. So it's going to be really, really tough for both of the drivers, but especially Leo now that he has to make up a few more positions.
Yeah, and if I grab the standings with me real quick.
Oh, Leo spun. A half spun it looks like. Fighting with Lucas, and Bumblebee gets past him as well. So both of the championship leaders here making a few mistakes or just spinning a few times.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. I was just looking at the standings real quick, as of course this changes a lot if the flag goes like this, as Leo is 34 points behind Spinotla. So as I said, he needs to finish P2 or win, and Spinotla needs to end up outside the top 10 to for Leo to not gain the championship title.
Well, Leo is on fresher tires, and a few people pitting. It looks like Kimi and Brent. So he has made up 2 more positions, and he'll be a bit faster than Multi and Lucas because of his fresher tires. But as I said earlier, very difficult to overtake through sector 1 and 2. So he's going to have to do all the hard work through sector 1 and 3, should I say? So he's going to have to do all the hard work through sector 1, through sector 2, the long back straights.
Leo now on the DRS behind Multi, but he has the DRS as well. And Lucas now getting the attack of the Williams car on the inside. No, it's too deep and Multi couldn't make it. in time. But Leo getting a really good exit here on multi, and the DRS is open side by side on the second straight and the second DRS zone. And there comes Lucas as well, and Leo takes 2 positions in only 1 DRS zone done. So that's an amazing work from the Haas. Now both Haas leading in top 3 and 4, and Boris still needs to pit.
So if it stands now, Haas will win both the Drivers and Constructors Championships then. Oh, the fighting though. Leo actually has a penalty.
Oh yeah,
quite hard, the 2 teammates.
He grabbed the penalty there. And that's not something you want to have when you're battling for the championship. But I believe the Constructors is for Haas at the moment. But the championship still not, if Leo, of course, not finishes on P2.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna make Leo's life a bit harder than over the 3-second time penalty. I'll check the penalties now. So Leo, Lucas, Baka, and Sims all have penalties. So a lot of people that don't have penalties. If it comes down to a late safety car where the field is bunched up, it's really going to benefit Sminala because Leo is going to lose a load of positions.
And there comes Lucas back into P3, but there comes his teammate Kimi, and he provided from it as well. And he overtook Lucas and Multi to take the P3 position. And now comes Multi on the DRS towards Lucas, but it's not, no, it's not enough. And both the AlphaTauris are now battling each other. And I think there's no communication. Oh, and
no.
Multi touched Lucas, and Bumblebee hit the side of Multi there, as Multi was sideways on the track and Lucas went into the wall on that small touch. And that's a really unfortunate happening for the Williams car here, as he outbraked himself just a bit, touched Lucas for a moment, and both spun. Lucas went off track and Multi got on the track, and then actually collected Bumblebee with him as well.
Yeah, and it's big damage for Lucas. Is going to have to pit. Bumblebee also has damage as well, so he might have to pit, and Multi has 8% damage. So I don't think he'll pit, but he will be much lower now, with FCT right on the back of him as well, with his teammates. So I don't think Multi will put up too much of a fight, but yeah, really unfortunate for Lucas there. And he's going to have to pit
for
onto new
Bumblebee
tyres
as well, as he got a 5-second during the pit entry as well. And of course this pit stop was definitely not in his strategy.
Definitely not, but he'll be able to go to the end with mediums, which he has gone on to.
Yeah, I think if your setup is just right, you can do softs as well.
Yes, as FCT might do, he's on first softs, so he could go to the end.
And Barker overtaking Sminotla, his teammate, and he has now the DRS again, and if it keeps it like this, Sminotla will take the championship. But then again, he's on 13 lap mediums and he still needs to pit, and his gap towards the back isn't that big, so he will definitely lose 3 places if he goes in any lap coming up.
Yeah, he'll lose to Boris, and he might even lose to Simpson, the guys behind him as well. And Baka really not helping Spinotto out. Well, Spinotto's going to get maybe DRS and slipstream from Baka and pull him along, but Baka making it a bit difficult for Spinotto, championship leader. And Jaden looks like, he's crashed.
And that's on start finish.
Yeah, start finish straight.
And that's a safety car. Sminotla just passed the pit lane.
Yeah, and Boris, it seems, maybe wanting to go to pits as well, I'm not sure, but...
yeah, he just pit it.
Oh yeah, he just pit, okay.
And Sim's going in. And let's see what Colin is gonna do, as he's coming up through the last sector already. And
he should pit, he has a big enough gap to pit.
Yeah, way enough.
Well, I guess first full safety car of the race will really help likes of Lucas,
This would have
Minotla.
been the amazing strategy for Minotla, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. And Leo is going to struggle even more because he's got a penalty and a lot of drivers don't, so he might lose a lot of positions.
Yeah, he won't bid
Yeah.
again, I guess.
Oh,
Oh, Colin
Colin
spun.
spun! Oh, luckily for him, I think the game reset him, but he had
Yeah.
damage. I think he would still come out P1, but
Yeah, he has
even the
enough
pit
time,
entry
but he did
is
got
difficult.
damage. Yeah, 25%.
Yeah, wow. So even the pit entry is difficult on the track, let alone the rest of the track.
And he's going for the soft tires, so he's trying to secure that win now. And Leo can't get any closer at the moment. The gap is still really big.
Yeah, we'll see if Leo pits then. He does go into the pits. Kimi follows as well.
Oh, now it's going to be interesting.
Very interesting.
I guess Minotla will pit again as well, and I think a lot of other cars will pit just for the softs again. Yeah, but
Well,
if Barker is smart enough, he stays out, but I believe he went in as well. Is the gap big enough for a double stack at Red Bull?
oh, Spinat and nearly spun as well.
I think there's oil somewhere on that entry.
Wow.
Is it big
Very
enough for a
close.
double stack? Is it big enough for a double stack? And
Oof.
just not yet. It's a minor
Ah.
time. But yeah, he got the softs on. Still P9, P10 now. But the cars in front of him are still mediums, and Brent even went for the hards.
Yeah, and Lucas just got past Manola as well, so it is going to be close to the championship. It's going to be very close. 12 laps to go, probably about 11 laps or 10 laps on 10 laps racing. These 10 laps are going to secure the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship. So it is going to be interesting. Everyone going to the end unless they get damaged. And Leo currently in P2, Spinola in P10. So as it stands, Spinola will win the championship, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
P10
will.
is 8 points.
And he needs those 8 points.
Yeah.
So it's going to be close.
Because it's 34 points for Leo behind Spinotla. 35 points for P2, so he will gain 1 point. Like this.
Yeah, and Leo still has that penalty. So it's going to make that so much difficult for him.
Seeing Kimi went for the fresh soft tires. And a few other cars behind him as well. Of course, Minotla being the first one. But yeah, it's a safety car, so the grid is just going to come back in order again.
Yeah, and yeah, as you said, Kimi on soft, so he's going to be pressuring Leo, and also Colin on soft, so Leo will maybe struggle to get past Colin as well. So he's in a very difficult situation with 11 up to go now.
Oh wait, is that a cross I see on Colin?
I think he's still here. I don't see one.
I see a cross in his name. Yeah, I see a cross as his name.
Do you?
If Colin really disconnects it, then yeah, that's Minotla really needs to secure that P9 position. Oh no, he's back. He's back. I think he was AI then.
Yeah, maybe. Which obviously you can't do, so that will be a penalty point, but seeing as it's the last round, I guess it wouldn't carry on to next season. I'm not sure about the rules, the rulings there.
Yeah, our chief steward, currently on grid, will decide on that one.
Yes, he will. A few collisions at the back of the grid as well with Sims and I think R1 collisions involving them, so they've got extra penalties that they really didn't need, especially Simpson 11 second penalties. So yeah, gonna make life hard for him down in P14.
Oh, and there's contact between Multi and Sminotla.
Oh,
Oh, and
Spinotla.
only Sminotla got, only Multi got a second, 5 second there. And I think the Red Bull driver will be talking lucky there.
Very lucky, very lucky. That was a very tense moment for a second there, because if Minotla got a penalty, that could have really changed everything.
And it would have been 5 seconds as well.
Exactly, that is so much when it comes to the end of the race.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
So right now, looks like Red Bull might take the constructors. I'm not sure on.
Yeah, currently Red Bull will take more points than Haas needs. So
Yeah, it's gonna be.
at least they will gain their position. It's 7 points gap now, and let me figure this out for a sec. It's 7 points now, and Parker in P6 is 19 points, and Sminotla in P9 is 10 points. But then again, Leo is so that's 29 points for them, with the Matic gap 36 points, and Leo is currently on 35 points. But then Boris is in P11, so Haas will take the championship at the moment at constructors.
Yeah, I know. Also, in the first film, I think the first question was who will take the championship, and Boris said Spinotla because Leo is too far behind. Boris says that Leo is too far behind, but right now it's proving to be very close. So I don't think I can predict who will win, because anything could happen, especially in this circuit. Really difficult to overtake, and just a really difficult circuit to keep on the track in general. So anything could happen.
Yeah, for sure. And with this late safety car and only 9 laps to go after 10 laps to go after this one, we're gonna be looking at a really tight race for the last moments of this round.
Yeah, and with safety car in this lap, Leo and Spinotla especially will need the best starts they could get if they want to secure P1 in this high gear season.
Switch to the second position here, so we can see the launch of Colin at the safety car restart.
And quite a few people with penalties as well, so yeah, Spinotla could easily make up a lot of positions.
Here we go, final few corners, safety car entering the pit lane. And it looks
Colin's
like
gone quite early.
Quite early indeed, and Leo wasn't surprised by it at all. Kimi was a bit though, so that might have helped Leo a bit out on P2. But then here comes Colin again, and he has the grip now, and the gap starts to fall on the exits of the corner, as the gap is now already 6/10 of a second. And here comes Kimi just behind Leo, and that's only a 10th, 2/10 of a gap, 3/10 now. Colin breaking the slipstream there. And Leo on the outside line, inside line for the next corner though. But he won't make it, and Kimi is the one taking the P2 position, and this will definitely help out Spinotla.
Yep, and Leo, I think, tried to get a better exit, but Kimi did have the superior traction there. Spinotla also, on the back of Lucas, might go up the inside, and Lucas doesn't make it too difficult for him, up into P8 for Spinotla. And Leo is down in P3, so he's not where he needs to be if he wants to win this championship.
No, he's definitely not, but let's not forget the race went really weird already, and it can still be getting weirder at any lap coming up. And I do see blue flags going on, and I think that's gonna be for Rodzilla.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it is.
says 3 laps behind, so I'm not really sure what happened during Godzilla's race. Quite unfortunate for him. I'm not really sure what happened, obviously. Mid-gear reserve, I think he is.
He's a high gear reserve, mid-gear driver.
Yeah, yeah.
And so far it's looking really good for the Red Bull cars. Barker being quite close for P6 here, but Brent has some decent pace on those hard tires. But Barker has the exit grip. And Spinotla really closing in towards Bumblebee every lap again. And every position is more points and is coming closer towards the championship title.
And also FCT closing in on Leo a bit as well. Leo seems to be struggling on the curbs, especially in the first sector. So that could pain him even more.
There we already go. Spinotla up to P7, and he's now behind his teammate. And can his teammate help him out to get even further up front as well?
Yeah, we saw obviously the 2 Red Bull drivers fighting a bit earlier. So let's see if Backer will want to help out his teammate for the driver's title. But obviously, Backer would want to get the best results he can as well. And he's very close to Brent here. Brent seems to be struggling to close into FCT on his hard tires, whereas Backer is on the faster medium tires.
And FCT putting the pressure on the Haas of Leo there, and a Barker on the Aston Martin of Brent indeed. And down the order we got one falling down, and it's Bumblebee. I guess he spun then, and I don't know how, but he fell down the grid, and that's a really unfortunate race for him so far.
Yeah, looks like he spun turn 1, I think. I'm not sure, or maybe turn 2. But I'm pretty sure it was turn 1, so yeah, very unfortunate for him. Multi also closing on Lucas very, very fast now, and he's going to get the move done into the second chicane.
Oh, and Multi getting a lot of curb there when his car went up in the air, and that's not something you want on the exit while you're defending. Oh, and there's contact between Brent and Barker spun. Spinotla now up in P6 and Barker all the way down to P10.
So then, that is Haas with the constructors then, is it? Cause
this is Haas with the constructors at the moment.
Yeah. Because Bakken will need to get past Boris then, and Spinotla will need to make up another few positions, I guess, if he wants to win. If they want to win the constructors as well, and it could all turn upside down in like a matter of seconds, as we've seen with Bakker there.
Yeah, and Red Bull was looking so good.
Exactly. Luckily, he doesn't have damage. We can continue on for the next 6 laps, but very disappointing for him.
And I do see FCT trying his best to get past Leo here, and based on penalties, they're even. And Brent is within enough seconds to actually take away the position from SCT again.
Yeah, definitely, and Spinotla as well, crucially. Lucas also getting past Multi again. They're fighting once again side by side, and Multi gets the position back from Lucas around the outside. Great move from him, but
Here
Lucas...
FCT, outside line, Leo on the inside, bit of contact. Oh, and Leo came really aggressive in there and took the position again. But FCT might be lucky there if Leo hit him there on that way he entered that corner again. It would have been a done race.
Yeah, luckily no damage for both of the drivers, so they can continue on.
Oh, and look at Sminotla coming up with only 1.2 seconds now towards FCT, and that means he's really close towards Leo as well.
So it's going to be very tense if they start battling, because obviously we've seen in the past with drivers in real life doing anything they can to win the championship, such as Michael Schumacher. I forgot what year it was, but when he clashed with Damon Hill. So let's see what happens with Spinoza and Leo. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but yeah, I guess Spinoza will want to get past Leo as quick as possible, just to make sure that he will.
Let's keep in mind
this.
Both cars in front of him have penalties. And Spinoza doesn't.
So he might not even have to try and overtake them, but I guess he will, just because it's always a nice feeling to get. Yeah, it's always a nice feeling to get it on track, isn't it?
Just for the feeling to have it done on track and really feel like you worked for the win, or at least for the position.
Exactly. I'm coming from the bottom of the grid as well, so it's been a really, really great performance.
Oh, and he has damage. Spinoza got damage as he braked a bit too late there on hit the back of Leo, and this is definitely gonna affect his performance. And only with 5 laps to go still, and there we go already. Look at him go, and now he's falling down.
Yeah, he just has to keep 4 more positions if he wants to win. 5 more positions if he wants to win this. Actually, maybe even more, because it looks like Leo isn't in P2. He is pitting.
He is pitting, and this is really not good for my calculations every time again.
Yeah, it's gonna go straight down to the wire here, because I'm not sure what position Spinoza needs to be.
Currently get 26 points, and Spinoza falling down all the way to P11, and that's only 6. But then again, Leo needed 34 points to get even with Spinoza.
So is it still Spinoza then?
Yeah, it's still Spinoza then.
It's looking very, very close. Leo right on the back of FCT, so he's going to have to get past FCT and maybe also challenge Kimi, which is going to be very difficult, seeing as he's 6.3 seconds behind Kimi. So it's looking very, very difficult for Leo, but he's going to try and get past FCT now. And he has done so up to P3 and 5.7 seconds behind P2 then.
And it's a battle link between Multi and Boris as well. As Boris is looking good in P6, and both hearts will be very happy with their result in the end. And Brent actually doing really good on those hard tires. He's actually doing better than I expected. And Leo grabbing now 6 seconds worth of penalties.
So at this rate, he's going to be P4 then if FCT can keep within him.
Yeah, and even P2, P5. As Brent is within 3 seconds behind Leo.
Yeah, so it seems to be slipping out of Leo's grasp then, but again, anything can happen. We've got 3.5 laps to go here. The final race of the High Gear Championship, and anything can happen.
Anything can still happen, of course, with 3 laps to go now, and yeah, it's
Bumblebee's
still
out.
Really, and there goes FCT on the line, and he has the position.
That's a safety car. Safety car.
Oh, now it's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be very interesting then.
What for who? Bumblebee.
Yeah, Bumblebee crashed sector 3 under the hotel section, I think it is.
Let's see if he can catch eye. Oh yeah, and that's hard in the wall. And I believe that was the same position Sprunky spun in the qualifying. It's the acceleration on the curb.
Yeah. Very difficult there. So a very, very late safety car. Then we're gonna get a sprint race, and this will change. This could change everything then. For Leo or for Spinola.
Really make things interesting. But looking at the grid now, Colin decided to go still on the soft tires, so did Kimi. FCT stayed out as well. Brent stayed out, which surprises me, to be honest. But then again, yeah, he's in a really good position. Barker went in, and so did Sims and 1D44.
Well then, so Spinola still on P11. He is going to make up a few positions.
Yeah, he can still gain quite some positions. Already grabbing one there, and seeing he was already on the soft tire.
Yeah, so it looks like he unfortunately I can't see the test data for Spinola, so I can't see his tire wear, but a lot of drivers ahead with 9-lap-old tires, their tires will be quite short, so he could be making up positions there. Well, he only has one lap of softs, of worn softs, so yeah. But safety car is in this lap, and Spinola has not caught the pack yet, so he's going to have to push if he wants to catch the pack, because there's only 2 laps to go. Yeah, 2 laps to go, so I think the safety car had to come in now.
Barker might be able to catch up right in time though. And
fortunately, unfortunately for him, he does have 8 seconds left for penalties there.
Yeah, he just got 5 seconds. Oh, Espinola actually got up right in time as well. And there we go again. Safety car restart and only 2 laps to go with the last round of high gear in Abu Dhabi here. And what a race it's been so far. And Barker battling Boris straight on the point. And it's looking really good for the Red Bull drivers so far, as Boris is on 10-lap-old soft tires and Multi is in front of him with the mediums. And well, to be honest, both Red Bulls are looking really good based on tire wear, based on tire age.
Yeah, and also Leo just got past FCT in turn 1, so he's up to P3, so he only needs one more position if he wants to make sure that he has a chance of winning this. And he also needs to pull away from Vent a bit as well.
Yeah. And FCT now having a better traction than Leo has. And oh, what happened here? Leo's out of the race.
Oh no! Right on the straight as well. They're gonna have to avoid him. Oh my!
I caught it on the stream, and I believe he hooked up with FCT there, and he just went straight into the wall. And now FCT is actually out of the race almost as well, as he crashed into the wall.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think in his defense, I think it was intentionally. This was intentionally, but I think he did it because he took out Leo.
Yeah, well, Leo is out, so not a good win then.
It's constructors for Red Bull.
It is constructors for Red Bull because yeah, they're already ahead and they've only got Haas has only got 1 driver now. I'm not sure if Leo will still score points.
Oh, and there's another crash! It's Multi and Brent could just avoid him, I believe. And Multi spun. And what a crazy ending here on the race of high gear.
Also, not also with a penalty, but it doesn't really matter for him because he will get the drivers championship on the last on the last race, and it's the last lap now. So Leo just losing it a few laps before the end then.
Oh
Very,
my god.
very unfortunate.
I've never seen such a crazy ending.
Yeah, that is insane.
And he's going to overtake Boris as well? I don't know, it's all around the track.
Still
and that's a clean overtake towards Boris as well. Oh, in contact.
And
this is just an insane ending of a race and of a season with so much ups and downs between the championship titles.
Yeah, and Colin's going to win then.
Colin's going to win the race, as he is now crushed the finishing line. Kimi with an impressive P2 so far, if Brent doesn't take it away. No, Brent with an impressive P2, and what a drive from the Aston Martin driver here. Kimi taking the P3, Espinotla, a high gear champion of season 1, taking P4. Boris on P5, then we got R1D44 at P6. Multi at P7, Barker after a lot of penalties ending up in P8, Sims taking P9, Benter Brendan on P10, Lucas at P11, and all the way at the end we got Rodzilla finishing the race on P15.
What a race and what a season. Smutler winning after unfortunate DNF from Leo. Smutler and Leo have been great all season, and also Colin winning the race, been great all race, led the whole race, and he's been great all the races that he's attended in RPM. Obviously joined late, but he has shown his pace. But yeah, great race and a great season from Heige.
Yeah, for sure.
And I shall try to invite some people for interviews.
Yeah, try to get the interviews in, and let's see what these guys are, if they join, have to say about this race, and what do the guys in our chat and still watching thought of this race. I already see Luke saying what a crazy end, and congrats to Sminotla for sure. But yeah, guys, what an ending of the season in high gear. Wow.
Yeah, what an ending that is.
I feel really bad for Leo though.
Same, yeah. I'm not really sure what happened there, but yeah, quite unfortunate for him. Obviously, final race, final few laps. But
what's happening with Rodzilla here? But he's still driving in lap 16. And,
yeah, he's been I think lagging for quite some time.
I think I'll just leave this lobby.
Yeah, then we'll see if
we won't get we won't get the podium on then, but still.
Yeah, but I've added the top 3. I don't think Spinotler will be able to be in the interviews.
That would be sad, but yeah, of course, everybody's own choice. And but I believe we got Red Bull on the constructors.
Yeah, Red Bull, the constructors and the drivers. It was a great season for them and a great end to the season.
Red Bull made their constructors debut in Formula 1 in...
Oh wow, I actually pressed the audio of the Red Bull information on the car. But yeah, let's keep the Red Bull car on the screen for a moment. Well, the podium guys actually join in at the moment. In the meantime, I believe we got already one in, and it's a P3 driver. Let's have a quick chat if everybody can hear you. Welcome, mate, and really congrats on the podium.
Hello, good evening, thank you.
And please confirm in chat, guys, if you can hear Kimi in it on the stream.
So, I do podiums so they can hear me. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. Uh,
Yeah.
well, congrats on your P3 drive. It's been an amazing drive from you. It's really consistent, staying out of trouble. How do you feel about your race?
It was good after I get out of traffic. There was a lot of dive bombs in first 5 laps, six. I didn't expect that from this league, but it's good. When I got free air, it was everything settled, everything was flowing. So shame for this incident with the FTC. He hit me in the back at the safety car, so I got 5 seconds. Yeah, it's undeserved, but it is what it is.
It is what it is indeed, and of course we still have the report system, so feel free. But then again, you still got the podium. Did
Yeah,
you expect this in the beginning of the race?
yeah,
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 really confident.
yeah. Sometimes in quali, uh, Colin is another league. That's just I don't know. I can't believe he's that fast. He's uncatchable. So,
Yeah, I
but
did see you staying behind him for within a second for a few laps, but then he pulled away again.
yeah, he was probably managing his tires and not using ERS while I was like giving hell to my car. And so yeah.
Yeah, how was your strategy? Because we saw like loads of safety cars. How difficult was it to choose which strategy you were gonna you were gonna do, especially because there could have been incidents at any time in the race.
Yeah, I chose like medium and soft at the end because I knew that safety car is gonna come out in final laps, but safety car came out too soon in 15th lap I think, and I don't know, I just went for it for soft. Hard is useless and soft is durable, so it
But then
was
again, the
tricky
Aston
one.
Martin behind you did try the hard tires. So
Yeah,
um,
Brent. Yeah.
did, did you think were you surprised that he actually stayed that close behind?
Yeah, well, he got 6 seconds behind me, and then second safety car came out, so we got close again. We packed up, so that was a shame on my side. But yeah, it's good strategy. He did safe choice. Like I went with race, but it's my first and final race this season, so
Yeah, for sure. Well, congrats on the podium again. I don't know if Shaq has
thank
any
you.
questions left.
No, it's all good, and I don't think the other drivers can join,
No,
unfortunately.
same here. So thank you for joining us in the podium interviews.
Likewise.
Through the stream, we want to congratulate Red Bull once again for taking the constructors and taking the driver championship for Sminotla. So Smila, if you're watching or are watching back, congrats, mate, and we'll find you in the Discord again. This has been an amazing season, guys, and the first season of RPM as well. We are not done yet because next week we got a rerun race at mid-gear. So this is going to be the race of Hungary for mid-gear as a final round. But yeah, for low gear and high gear, this was the season, and the admin and the staff will now look at all the improvements we need to do and look at a really good future of season 2. I want to thank you all for tuning in here tonight. Check, thank you for joining me on the co-coms.
Thank you for having me.
And it's been a pleasure as always, guys. Have a great evening, and hopefully see you all next week on Mid Gear. And make sure to to subscribe and like the stream as well if you want to see all our races of next season as well in a new calendar. Guys, have a great evening and goodbye.